Strength of schedule, 11th. Alabama strength of schedule versus CFP top 25. Okay, I get it. I get that. So we're 2-1 versus CFP top 25. I wonder what that record is against AP top 25. Notre Dame, who's their one win against in the top 25 losing records? And Miami's one win is against Notre Dame. This is crap, man. I can't stand it, bro. Strength of schedule should matter. The head-to-head should matter between Miami and Notre Dame. Miami beat Notre Dame. They shouldn't even be in the conversation. Golly, same record. Head-to-head, that should be the deciding factor. These teams got the same record. I don't care how they've been playing. They got the same record. They played against each other. That's all I want, chat. I just want Alabama to be able to win against Georgia. I just want Alabama to be able to win against Georgia, move up to the 5 seed, the 6 seed, either one, preferably the 5. That's usually the weakest bracket. Get to that 5 seed. We don't need the first round bye. We need to play. Keep getting reps, keep getting in rhythm. So when we get into that second, third round of the playoffs where teams are really have their true identity, we're set up for it. We got to beat Georgia and enhance our resume. We can't hurt ourselves losing the SEC championship game with teams behind us that aren't playing in their conference championship. Notre Dame, Miami.
Sometimes it only takes 1 or 2 people to change their mind. Yeah. If the debate has been heated in the room.
It could also be interesting, Reese, when you mentioned the Big Ten. In the event Georgia loses and Oregon moves up and 3 teams out of the Big Ten get buys in this situation, having not played those tougher schedules, that'll say to those other teams, hey, don't schedule anybody.
Facts. And that's what, to every Ohio State fan that scrolls through and sees this video, the fact that you all will have Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon, you guys can possibly have those teams all finish with 1 or less loss, right? Because you 3 have not played a round robin of each other in the season. That shows you how weak your conference is. You know what you're doing. You're padding your schedules. You're avoiding the real competition, and that's why when you get in the playoffs, you have to sneak by teams that have already beat up on each other. I truly pray and hope that 5 SEC, 6 SEC teams get in. I think all 5 SEC teams are locked. The way they go is still up for debate depending the SEC championship game, because Alabama and Georgia could literally push Oklahoma to 9, Georgia to 5. Texas A&M could move up to 6. That will put Ole Miss up to that will probably just switch Georgia. Well, Georgia will move everybody down. Georgia will move. Okay, so with a Alabama win, we can possibly see, and this is pending win-loss between these teams. We can see Ohio State at 1. I'm pending Texas Tech win. See them go up to 2. We can see Indiana go up to 3. Go down to 3 after losing to Ohio State. We can see Georgia lose to us and still be the number 4 team. Alabama can go up to number 5. And then that would put Texas A&M, that will put Oregon at number 6, Ole Miss at number 7, Texas A&M at number 8. That will move everybody else down. Yep. And Notre Dame will be out, just like we need it to be. With no conference championship, that boy will be out. So that's what we're praying for. Notre Dame not to get into the playoffs.
The ACC scenario with Duke and Virginia is a fascinating one.
It is, and the fact that JMU is ranked makes it all the more viable that the ACC could get left out entirely. But when we talk about this spot right here, what if JMU loses? I don't want to eliminate Duke entirely, because the selection committee would at least consider the fact that Duke had a top 20 win against Virginia. Guys, we've seen this before. You know, when they get in the room, they're watching the games together.
She tweaking. She tweaking. I ain't even trying to hear this bull. She tweaking.
And Duke would have 7 wins against Power 4 opponents. No, this is extremely significant. Is BYU in the Big 12 is such an X factor in this, because if BYU beats Texas Tech, Notre Dame is probably going to be out.
They got to be. They got to be
going to work. But here's the other really
you can't push Texas Tech from 4 to out.
Saying that they're not going to move teams around, right? But if they bump up a spot and they're next to Notre Dame, do they flip them then because of the head-to-head? That's a very curious scenario.
That's crazy. And like I said, the College Football Playoff Committee, once again, because of the Notre Dame, whatever that Notre Dame voodoo is that they have over the College Football Playoff Committee. And I'm not saying that Notre Dame isn't playing good football right now. I just don't think that Notre Dame has done what everybody else has had to do, which is prove your worth against other College Football Playoff teams in those games when you have the opportunity. Alabama has had to do it against multiple ranked teams this season. Georgia has had to do it. Ole Miss has had to do it. Texas A&M, Texas, Vanderbilt. Like, we played ranked opponents every week. Even Ohio State, Indiana, Penn State, Michigan, all of these teams, they're ranked when they see somebody, and they have to win these games. And these games matter on their schedules because they're in conference. We have to force Notre Dame into a conference. Use this season to send that message. They can't keep skating by scheduling 2 ranked opponents out of conference at the beginning of the year when everybody has questions. Nobody knows what their team identity is, and the game is a toss-up. And then they get credit for what they develop into while everybody is still developing into what their team is becoming as far as whether they're playoff worthy or not, if they're playoff contender or not. They're seeing other competitive teams while Notre Dame is playing teams of lesser talent. It's not fair. I think the College Football Playoff Committee will have a lot of explaining to do next week if you see a Virginia win with a BYU win, an Alabama win, and an Ohio State loss. The committee will have a lot to explain. Alabama coming in at number 9 is a huge thing.
Put me in a game, Coach Wu. Put me in a game, Coach Wu.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in a game, Coach Wu. Put me in a game, Coach Wu.